class. Today we're going to be going through a 35-minute abs and glute circuit. You don't need any equipment for this class, just yourself and a mat. So we're going to start in a quadruped position. So coming down onto your mat, bringing your hands underneath your shoulders and then knees underneath your hips. And just finding that position here, pushing the floor away through the hands and then drawing the armpits down towards the hips, belly button up towards the spine, and then just the sensation of the sit bones trying to draw towards one another. So feeling a really nice solid position here. It's actually not relaxing. You should be feeling like working, just holding here. So finding now your lateral breath, breathing in through your nose, feeling the rib cage expand out. And then as you exhale, drawing that rib cage towards one another. Inhaling through your nose. Feel the rib cage expand. And then as you exhale, drawing that rib cage back together. One more inhale here. And exhale. Good. So just coming into a little cat stretch, we're going to start by just letting the belly button fall towards the floor. Then as you exhale, draw the belly button back up towards the spine. So inhaling, let that belly button fall heavy. We're not changing our spine just yet, just releasing that core abdominal area. Then exhale, pull that belly button back. Now we're going to hold the upper body where it is. Now as you start to exhale, we're going to let the pelvis tilt, so sit bones reaching for the ceiling, belly button dropping towards the floor. And then inhale, draw the belly button back towards the spine, bringing that pelvis back to your neutral position. So exhale, let belly button fall heavy, sit bones reaching for the ceiling. And then as we inhale, pull that belly button back towards the spine. Exhale, we lengthen, find that extension through, and inhale, come back. Now we're going to move on to the upper body, or the top or thoracic part of the spine. So as you exhale, you're going to feel your shoulders separate. Let your head drop between your arms, pushing your shoulder blades up towards the roof. Then as we inhale, thinking bottom tip of shoulder blades drawing together, finding that starting neutral spine position. So exhale, pushing the shoulders backwards away from the chest, finding that rounding through the upper back. Then inhale, shoulder blades squeeze together, still pushing the floor away with our hands, finding our neutral position. We're going to go one more here through our half cat, so finding that extension or flexion, through the upper back, and then drawing shoulder blades towards one another. Good. So now coming into your full cat stretch, you are going to exhale, pull the belly button towards the spine, shoulder blades pushing apart, sit bones coming down towards the knees, so finding that full flexion from head to tail. Then inhale, come back to your neutral. And exhale, sit bones are going to reach for the ceiling, chest bone is going to reach for the front of the room, head and gaze is going to come up, finding the corner of our room. Then inhale, finding your neutral spine. Exhale, push back, sit bones reaching for the knees, shoulder blades separating, pushing up towards the ceiling, head dropping in between the arms. Inhale, coming back through your center. Exhale, sit bones reach for the ceiling, belly button drops for the floor, chest bone for the corner of the room. Inhale, come back to the middle. One more time each way, finding that exhale, flex. Rounding that spine. Inhaling back to the middle. Exhale, come around, finding that extension. And then inhale, coming back to the center. Finding your quadruped position here once more. Then you're going to just cross your feet over, flip yourself around so that then you are lying or sitting, upwards, stacking that spine, and the feet are going to be hip width apart and just in front of your body here. Arms are going to come out in front. Start with your exhale, tucking your tailbone under, and then you're going to roll all the way back so that you come lying down on the ground. Beautiful. So shuffling yourself so that you're in the center and just lying all the way down. And then from here, we're just going to find our nice supine position. So you want your heels to be up nice and close towards your glutes. You should almost be able to brush your heels with your fingertips. And then just bringing the hands down by your side, finding that nice rolling back of the shoulders. So thinking collarbones rolling in towards the floor, which is just going to create some nice length across the front of the chest. Find your inhale breath here, and then as we exhale, we're going to start pivoting at the hips, pubis bone coming towards belly button. Then press the feet down in towards the floor. We're going to continue rolling the spine along the ground, peeling it up until we find our glute bridge position at the top. So hold here for your inhale, and then as you exhale, start rolling from the armpits first, upper back touching the floor, then reaching the sit bones for your heels as you articulate the rest of the spine. The last thing to unwind is your pelvis. Inhale at the bottom here, then exhale, start pivoting at your hips. Find your imprint first, then continue reaching that tailbone up between your legs, articulating yourself all the way up into your glute bridge. That position at the top, feel the sit bones reaching for the back of your knees and your ribs reaching down towards your hips. Then as you exhale, lengthen from your armpits first, finding upper back, middle back, reaching the sit bones for your heels as you unwind your pelvis. We're going to go for one more here like this. So start rolling yourself up. Find that position at the top for your inhale. Really reach the kneecaps towards the corner of the room, out past the toes. Press the arms down in towards the floor. Sit bones for the back of your knees, ribs to hips. Hold here. Then exhale, start rolling down once more. Beautiful. Inhale at the bottom here. Now we're going to roll ourselves all the way back up into that position. Pausing at the top. Good. Hands are going to come up over the head now until they're resting on the floor. Now, as you exhale, lengthen from your armpits first, keeping your hands in contact with the ground. Can you get your back of your rib cage to touch the floor, and then unravel your pelvis? Hands are going to come back down by your hips. Let's do one more like this. So with your exhale, start rolling yourself up into your glute bridge position. Holding at the top here. Hands come up and over the head. And then as we exhale, finding that length. Good. Rolling all the way down. Hands come back down by your side. Alrighty, so from here, feet are going to stay on the ground. We're going to inhale to prepare, and then as we exhale, we're going to lift the head and the chest up off the floor into our little chest lift here. Then inhale, come back down. Exhale, we're going to lift up. Inhale to lower. Exhale, we lift. Keeping nice and heavy in that tailbone, pelvis stays still. We're going to go for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands are now going to come behind the head, stacking the palms. Inhale to prepare. Then as we exhale, coming up into your second chest lift variation. Arms cradling that head staying nice and heavy into the hands. Lifting that chest up and over your hips with that exhale. Inhaling, coming down. We're going to go for 4 more. 3, 2, last one here. Coming all the way down. Hands come back down by your side. From here, we're now going to, instead of curling our spine up, we're just going to push our feet down into the floor, keeping our ribs drawing down towards our hips. Press yourself up into your glute bridge. Then hinging at your hips, tailbone drops to touch the floor. Then drive the feet down, lifting the hips up, sit bones reaching for the back of the knees. So we're going to inhale as we lower, exhale to press. Inhale to lower down, exhaling to press. So really thinking about that slight draw of pubis bone towards the belly button, and the ribs reaching down towards the hips is going to hold that torso position really nice and stable. Thinking about each time we lift that the sit bones are really reaching for the back of the knees and the kneecaps are trying to reach past the toes. We're going to go for 5 more here. 4, 3, 2. Last one, we're going to hold this position now at the top. You're going to lift your right leg up into tabletop and then lower it back down to tap. Lifting that right knee back up into tabletop, lowering down to tap. Keep reaching your sit bones for the back of that left knee, holding that hip or hips nice and stable, so level through your pelvis. Lifting and lowering that right leg. Really press the arms down into the floor. Support your upper body here. Can you get your hip a little higher? We've got 2 more on this right side. Last one here. Hold that tabletop position with that right leg. Now you're going to tap your hips down, drive through your left foot, press back up. So we inhale to lower, exhale to lift. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Good. Then that right leg is going to extend for the roof. We're going to lower our right foot so that our knees are in line, flexing that foot. Point as we bring that leg back up to the ceiling. So lowering down, we flex. Point to lift. Lower, flex, point to lift. Can you get your hips higher? We have 4, 3, 2, last one. Then lowering that right leg down. We're going to swap straight over onto the other side. So marching with that left leg now, bringing it up into tabletop, holding our glute bridge. So that right sit bone reaching for the back of your right knee. Pubis bone drawing towards belly button, ribs to hips. Press the arms down into the floor. We have 4, 3, 2, last one here. Now lowering that hip, driving the hips up. Exhaling to lift, inhaling as we lower. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding at the top here. Leg extends up towards the ceiling. We flex and lower that left leg so the knees are in line. Point as we lift. Lower to flex. Lift. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, last one here. Then lowering that knee down, and then from your glute bridge position, roll the spine. So articulating yourself all the way back down. Last thing to unwind will be your pelvis. Good, so you should be feeling nice and warm through those glutes now. We're going to come back into the abdominals. So first, just finding your inhale breath. Then as you exhale, we're going to roll the pelvis into our imprint. So drawing pubis bone to belly button, then inhale, let the tailbone fall heavy. Exhale to imprint. Inhale to find your neutral. Exhale to imprint. Pubis bone to belly button. Inhale, fall heavy. One more here. Good, so finding your neutral spine now. We're going to go into some leg lifts. So starting with your right leg, holding your neutral spine, you're going to exhale to lift that leg into tabletop. Then inhale to tap that toe back down onto the ground. So exhale, we lift. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Good. We're going to go for 2 more on this right side. Really feeling the scoop from the top of the belly to lift that leg. The leg stays nice and heavy. Last one here. Swapping straight over onto the left. Keeping nice and level in the hips. Imagining that that pelvis is like a bowl of water. We're going to go for 4, 3, 2, 1. Now stepping both legs up into tabletop. We're reversing into our leg arcs. So keep heavy in your tailbone, still drawing pubis bone to belly button so that that arch doesn't increase. We're going to exhale to tap the toe down, inhale to draw it back. Alternate here, so left leg next, inhale to draw it back. We lower and lift. Ribs still drawing down towards your hips. Good, we're going to go for 2 more on either side. Last one on the right here. Last one on the left. Good, all right. Now from here, we're going to come up into your little chest lift, and I want you to place your hands just around the top of your knees, so just over your kneecap. Come nice and heavy in your tailbone now. And then you're going to place your right hand on top of your left knee as well, extending that right leg out. Now we're going to inhale to come in, exhale to extend the opposite leg. So it's an inhale to change, exhale to extend. Inhale to change, exhale, extend. So we're just alternating through, extending and bending that right, or each leg. Keeping the chest where it is. Hands are just catching that knee as it comes over the hip. Good. We have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to go with a straight leg. So coming across the body Catching that leg in our hands. Good, we're gonna go 10, 9, inhale, change, exhale, extend, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then coming in, hug those knees in towards your chest. Just take a moment here, catch your breath, nice slow inhale through your nose, exhale out through your mouth. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling. One more inhale breath here. And exhale. Good. All right, one last little challenge before we finish up. The legs are going to come into tabletop again. The hands are going to come back down by your side. We're going to inhale to prepare. We're going to lift the chest as we exhale. Hands are going to reach past the thighs. Stay heavy in your tailbone. Legs are going to stay in this tabletop position. Can you get your chest a little higher? Now I want you to start pumping the arms, thinking about pressing and lifting from underneath the armpit. You're going to pulse with the arms for 5 as you exhale, and then for 5 as you inhale. So we're going to go exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you want a little bit of an extra challenge, can you extend those legs as you continue pulsing your arms? Good. We're going to go for 2 more. Last one. And then bringing the knees in, chest can lower down. Hug those knees in towards your chest. And just taking a moment here, slowing that breath, slow the heart rate. Good. Then just bringing one knee over the opposite, your right ankle over your left knee, and then hugging that knee in towards your chest here, pressing that right knee out towards the side, so finding that nice figure 4 glute stretch. And you might want to bring just some gentle rocks side to side. And then swapping it over to the other leg. So left ankle over right knee. Hug that right knee in towards your chest. Press the left knee away from your body. And then just bring some gentle rocks side to side. And then just coming out of that stretch and then hugging your knees into your chest. You're just going to start rocking yourself back and forth until you come up into a seated position.